Hi guys, Ronnie here and welcome to the workshop. Today is a big day because I just got my race wheels for the next season, and they're a bit special this year because, as I have teased on my Instagram a couple of weeks ago, I got a wheel sponsorship, so my first high-profile sponsorship in my racing career, and today I can finally reveal the brand which I'm sponsored by. So let's have a look. Yeah, for this year I'll be riding HED wheels, which are the founders of aerodynamic wheel design for bicycles, so I'm really excited for that. Let's have a look at what I got. Okay, so let's have a look at the individual wheels themselves. So first up is my road bike setup. This is going to be based on the Vanquish 6 RC Pros, so front and rear. It's kind of a mid-depth wheel set from HED, and there's also the V4, but for me it's mostly about aerodynamics, so I chose the 60mm version. What you need to know about HED wheels. First, they were one of the pioneers of the super wide rim design, and that really shows here with these brake wheels. If you look at it in my thumb test, you can see that the rim is extremely wide, up to 30mm external. Has a blunt aero shape, of course, which HED owns the patent for, and this is basically the fastest rim shape available right now on the market. Unlike recent trends, the rims are hooked, tubeless ready but hooked, so you can use any tire you want. You don't have to stick with tubeless tires, which for this particular use case I'm not going to. I will install open tubulars or non-vulcanized clinchers with latex tubes, because well, these are currently the fastest available right now. HED also have their own hub, which I really like for one main reason, and that's the bearings they use. So a lot of companies try to go down the bearing sizes with their hubs to save weight. Not in this case, so you have nice big 6902 hub bearings throughout, and they're also the same size. Well, all 6 of them are the same size, so that's good for serviceability, and they're just going to last a very long time. And yeah, this also makes the hub and the hub shell stiffer, also the axles, and it's very suitable for heavier riders as well. You have them all laced up with sapling X-ray spokes, so that's pretty much the normal for high-end wheels. And because I'm a sponsored rider, I also have these very bling and very bold white decals on there. So that's the front. This one is the rear wheel. Of course, center lock disc mounts, as you would expect. Shimano free hub at the ratchet end. Nice, fine with ratchet. Not overly loud, which is the thing that I like. And now let's get on to the more interesting, at least for me, wheel set. So this is going to be my preferential wheel set for time trials. We have the Vanquish 8, super deep, super fast wheel, very similar in construction to the V6, with the exception, of course, that this is 80mm wide, or deep, should I say. Other than that, very similar. As you can see here, the rims were built specifically for me, so it's quite cool to have that, you know. And then we have the Vanquish disc, which is very special. Now, with discs and rear discs, you get basically 2 types of construction. That's very common. So first you have monocoque carbon discs, and then you have a skin disc like this one. So underneath this little cover there's a normal spoked wheel, namely a Vanquish 6, and then you have an aerodynamic cover applied to that. The benefit of this design is that you can have a more radical curvature in the wheel itself, because the cover is not structural, and you can really see that here it has a very dramatic lenticular shape to it, also flows very smoothly, unlike some competitors. That's going to be good for aerodynamics, and it goes very close to the brake rotor area, so it should be really fast. The hub internals are the same as with the other wheels, of course, and we have this little cutout for the valve, and that's pretty much it. The accessories that you get with the wheels are right over here. So you got the manual, then you got rim tapes, of course. This is tubeless rim tape. I'm going to use it anyway, despite not using tubeless, just because it's smoother, more convenient, and it doesn't have the little molding point which can chafe out latex tubes, so it's preferable. Then we have custom tubeless valves which are tailor-made for these rims, so nice big rubber gasket on there, proprietary length so you don't have too much sticking out, and also the cool head logo on there as well. So I might use these later on when I set up some wheels for training, but for these race wheels I'm not going to use them. As I said, I'm going to use tires, and the first setup that I'm going to set up is the time trial wheel set, because I'm really curious about how it will look in my bike. So we have the things laid out for that over here. So on go a pair of Veloflex Record open tubulars. This is the fastest tire available right now. Then we have some Vittoria latex tubes, some Silca valve extenders. I'm going to use, despite having a Shimano grip set, I'm going to use an 11-speed SRAM Red 22 cassette, just because this one has nicer steps. So you got 1-tooth steps basically all the way here, which is the last 4 cogs only, that differ, and this is very neat for flat time trials. Also it's lighter and possibly more durable than a Dura-Ace cassette. And then we got a pair of Dura-Ace rotors, 160, 140 for now. A couple of people have suggested running a 140 on the front as well to save aero drag. I prefer to have the stopping power of the 160, but I might experiment with this later on. And then I have a final neat little trick. This is a watch-up valve cover, which hides the valve completely in an aerodynamic section, which reduces drag. It's a marginal gain, but yeah, if you have a fast setup like this, then why not to use everything you can. Okay, that's all talk. Now it's time to set the wheels up. Okay, so here we have all the wheels set up with their respective tires, cassettes and rotors. So first I'm going to talk you through the V6s that I'm going to use mainly for road racing, and perhaps the front one for when it's very windy at the time trials. Here I've used S-Works Turbo Cotton tires with latex tubes again. That's just because it's pretty much the fastest setup for road racing. barring any time trial tire options, so it has more protection than those. The tire, because of the large 21mm internal width, plumps up from 26mm to around 27.5, so that's to be expected. However, because of the very wide, over 30mm wide rim section, the transition is nice and smooth, so that's optimal for aerodynamics. Actually, HED say that even 28mm tires, which should be I think around 30mm on these wide rims, they still work very well aerodynamically, and they have data to back it up on their website. However, I opted to go for kind of a middle ground, 26, which I prefer for road racing. Here I have also applied the Watch Shop valve cover, which saves 0.7 watts actually at 45 kilometers per hour, so that's a neat little saving. It doesn't cost too much and looks pretty cool as well. Then we have the rear wheel, again with the race rotor and SRAM cassette, same tire of course. Here I've opted for a Silca valve cover because yeah, it's in the rear wheel is in dirty air already, so it doesn't have so much significance, and I'm not going to use this for time trials, just for road. So this is my V6 wheel set right here. Now I just need a bike for that, honestly, which actually I don't have at the moment, so hopefully that will change over the next couple of weeks. And then I have the time trial wheel set, which I talked about earlier. So here you have the V8 front with the Veloflex record tire. Again, this is 23mm, plumps up to around 25. In this case, we still have a very nice transition. However, you can see the rim is quite a bit wider than the tire, which is good for aerodynamics because it means there'll be no separation down at the rim and tire transition. So that should be super fast. Yep, front wheel. And in a similar fashion, I have the Vanquish disc, which is probably the coolest disc wheel I ever had. It has really extreme shaping, particularly at the hub area, so yeah, nice flowing lines, very pronounced lenticular shape, and it goes all the way and matches up very closely with the brake rotor, so that's really nice. Here I also have a SRAM red cassette. This is an 1126, the other one is an 1128. I prefer to use these cassettes because they're lighter, they're more durable, and there's less noise than with Shimano, and also, most crucially for me, that the stepping is different, so you get 1/2 jumps further down the cassette, which when you're time trialing on the flat in particular comes very handy. So again, same super wide rim profile on the disc as well, so yeah, nice transition here with the rim being wider than the tire itself. One other upgrade I'm going to put in these wheels is a set of ceramic speed coated bearings, so I have them on the way for all the hubs. But apart from that, I'm pretty much set up for race day. Now hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll be able to test these wheels out in the real world and get some good kilometers on them to get a feel for the handling. Yeah, that's probably the most crucial thing, how stable are in the wheel, in the wind, sorry, because the rest, well, the weight we know, and we know that they're going to be super fast, so yeah, that's the only thing I need to figure out now. Okay, that was a brief introduction to my race wheels for this season. Hopefully I'll get some good results on them, and yeah, I'll keep you updated about how it goes later on. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.